Today we're going to be making some super fun jump ring and gemstone earrings. Hey guys, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be using jump rings and gemstones to make earrings. These are really fun textured jump rings, and they just give an earring a really pretty look. You can also use regular jump rings if you want. It's up to you. Also, I'm going to be using these little tourmaline oval beads, and I like them because they fit inside the larger jump rings. So you can use any beads that you have at home too. Just make sure that they are small enough to dangle inside those links. Let's go for the tools and supplies for this project. We're going to need jump rings. For each earring, you need 3 12mm jump rings and 2 6mm jump rings. You need a pair of ear wires, gemstone beads, 26 gauge wire to make our own head pins, chain nose plier, round nose plier, flush cutter, flat nose plier. Let's get started. Okay, so the first step is we're going to make our own head pins for these beads. These are very small, faceted, drilled gemstone beads, and their holes are tiny. So I couldn't find any head pins that would fit them. And I'm going to show you how I made my own head pins. 26 gauge is going to be perfect for these beads. And I'm just going to cut about 4 inches of wire. And I'm going to use my chain nose plier to make a little hook on the end to be the head pin. So just loop it a little bit and then squeeze it down, and it makes a really nice look, just like that. So slide on your bead. And we're gonna make a coiled loop, a closed connection, and the loop is gonna be facing forwards and backwards. Grab your round nose plier, grab it just above the bead, push it away from you, reposition beyond that bend, roll it back with your wrist, pull that wire down and around, and you can see the loop is starting to form. Be careful not to squeeze too hard. Round nose pliers can cut wire, 26 gauge wire, if you're not careful. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that loop there and start to coil. Just a few times. And this is gonna be my bottom drop bead. Grab your flush cutter, cut it in the back, and press the tail in with your chain nose plier. And let me move this loop. Once again, it's supposed to be facing forward. So I'll let you see what I mean. That's gonna be on the very bottom. And also a little tip for these earrings is you can save your little scraps. So I'm gonna make another head pin for this one. I'm just gonna use my leftover wire, make a little hook and squeeze. The only difference is these 3 beads are gonna have their loops going side to side. Just make this one for you so you could see what I mean. My head pin. For these 3, I like to keep the loop as small and close to the bead as possible because they are going to be dangling in those loops, and I don't want them to dangle over the edge, if that makes sense. So with these, I'm just going to try to keep my loop really close down, like that. And just do a couple of little wraps. As you wrap, you can kind of place your bead facing forward and trim it off in the back and press that tail in. So let me show you as compared to this one. You want your loop to go side to side, and the bottom one will go front to back. Okay, so I've wrapped all my little gemstone beads, and now that all that's left is to connect everything together. I usually start from the bottom and work my way up. So I'm gonna open this jump ring here, slide on the bottom bead, and close it up. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and close the other two big jump rings. Those don't need to be open anymore. And you just want to twist them closed like all other jump rings. Always do a little twisting motion with your flat nose and chain nose plier. Okay, now grab your 6mm, one of them. You're going to put on that segment, then your pink bead, or whatever bead you're using, and then one of the other big jump rings, and close. Okay, so now we're going to do that one more time. Grab another 6mm jump ring. Put on that segment, then put on your next bead, and another large jump ring, and close. And they start to just dangle inside of those jump rings. It's really, really cute. You just have one more step left, and that is to attach our ear wire and our top bead. So just twist that open, slide on the earring, and then your last bead at the same time. And twist that closed. And you're done. So cute. Okay, let's go back over the tools and supplies we used. We used 26 gauge wire to make our own head pins. We had our ear wires. We used a chain nose plier, round nose plier, flush cutter, and flat nose plier, 12mm open jump rings, 6mm open jump rings, and tourmaline gemstone beads. If you need to pick up any of the tools or supplies we used today, check out the links in the description below. And while you're there, let us know, what jewelry do you make with jump rings? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And now that you know how to make jump ring and gemstone earrings, you can say, I made this.